I'm Chris Adam from Smashing the Pieces, and I'm the singer of the band since the beginning, 2007, 2008. I met Benjamin in the winter of 2007, 2008, and you know, ever since then, we have been working really hard to get where we're today, and the rest is history. So,
Nice work. Thanks for joining us today, Chris.
thank you, Chris.
It's a lot of Chris's in the room.
It's a good start, man.
It is, mate. It is indeed. Now, Smashing to Pieces hit Australia for the first time ever this August for 3 shows, starting in Melbourne on the 22nd, then hitting Sydney and
Yeah.
Brisbane for the consecutive night. So I suppose the first question, mate, is you've been a band for 17 years now. So why have you neglected Australia for so long?
I guess I mean, it's a good question because ever since the start with Smashing the Pieces, I've seen over the years, over the analytics everywhere, that you guys are the top 10 country for us. And I guess when we were kind of new as a band, um, we didn't really afford to get there, and we didn't really sell tickets, back in the days. So I think it's a mix between those two. The interest has always been there to go there, of course. But as I said, that's probably the reasons why we couldn't get there before.
Yeah.
So, but now it's time. You know, we own our music. We own our all, like everything in the company we own. So we can now afford certain things because of Melody Festival, and then, these couple of last 3 years ever since basically 6 feet under.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's time. Definitely time to go there. And yeah, I mean the shows has been selling really good. I think it's like 60-70% sold out already every show. So yeah, it looks nice.
Very nice. Now, the tour is called the ArmaHeaven Prophecy Tour. So what does that actually mean?
Yeah, well, it's basically a, a continue of the last tour we did. So it's like you know to be continued thing for us.
Mhm.
So it's also have a lot of things to do with the new album that's gonna be out really really soon. So yeah, can't really tell you too much, but
That's all right, mate. I won't push too much then. But so does that in effect mean that like it's the show because it's based on the new album? Does that mean you plan the whole of the new album for it, or is there a mixture of old songs and new?
I guess we're gonna do some adding, and for the set list for Australia, of course. I mean, we haven't played there before,
Yeah.
so we're probably gonna do the set that we're doing right now in Australia. Probably gonna add some more songs. I don't really know yet, but yeah, we're definitely gonna do something surprising for you guys. So
Nice. Now, the press release describes the show as being powered by a bold new era of storytelling and sound. Like that sounds fantastic, man. But can you elaborate on that? What does that actually mean?
do you mean for the album?
Yeah, for the tour actually, the live show, like they said, it's a bold new era of storytelling and sound.
Yeah, you know, if you're talking about the tour,
Yeah.
I haven't really seen it myself, so
That's
that's
right,
my
you couldn't.
answer. Yeah, because we're working on different areas in this company, and one of the sides of the company works with the live shows, and
Okay.
basically they're gonna present it to us, based on our visions, of course.
Uh,
But so I can't really answer that question yet. But as always, it's gonna be amazing, and I really have faith in my personnel, and I think they're gonna bring a really good tour for us.
so it's essentially the concept revolves around AI and the threat that it may one day pose on humanity. So
Yeah.
is that something that you've researched, or is it more your views on the situation?
I guess that's like if you look at it, it goes so fast, everything now, with every technological thing. And if you actually, understand where we're going, that's probably gonna be like the thing that's gonna be more and more in our society. So
Yeah.
but we're taking it really far, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's based on reality, where we're
Mhm.
heading as human beings. I guess we're gonna probably be half half thing in the future, you know, with probably body parts and you know,
Because we
it's
are
really a
already.
real it's real, you know,
Yeah.
as we speak now. So I think that, and we always like to fantasize, you know, further, and also bring the Arcadia story with APOC and Ghosties and everything. So yeah, that's where we're going, and we're taking it a bit far with
Yeah.
this storytelling. So
Nice.
yeah, but that's the direction we're going now. So
So that concept and the whole performance with the concept, like, is that the lyrics and everything in the music as well, or is it just the visuals that sort of represent that concept?
yeah, I mean, it's the whole album. We have had this like storytelling from the beginning, and ever since we started doing the new album. So it's definitely in the lyrics, but we're also like tweaking it so it's not too much like singing about a computer, but
Yeah.
more like, you know, flirting a little bit with the whole concept and the ideas that we have, and try to we always try to be like, with all our lyrics we try to not take them too far, so people can resonate with their own thing to it, you know.
And you've spoken about
So
the new album, like that comes out in September, I believe. So can you tell us a bit more about
yeah, that's news for me. September it
that?
is.
Oh, yeah, September, that's
I
what I
mean,
got in my notes.
basically, I basically put the last, I basically put the last vocals on it a couple of days ago, so it's finished
Mhm.
um, in that regard. So the time, I mean, the deadline for the album is it's here now and it's done, and yeah, we're gonna try to focus on the tour now and try to like put it together so it makes sense. And yeah, I hope that was the answer to your question. I kind of forgot it
That
because
was,
I had some I'm sitting at a hotel in Sweden, and we're kind of big here, so I'm seeing kids
right, yeah. And you
pointing
try to
at me. It's kind of
hide the
takes my
face.
concentration away a little. Sorry for that. It's
I
my
won't
own
yell out
fault
your
that
name then.
it's my own fault that I put this location to do this meeting on. But hey,
It is what it is.
yeah, it is what it is.
So, how about the album musically then? Is it what fans would expect from Smash Into Pieces, or have you thrown a few curveballs in there?
That's a really good question, man. We're trying to always um we try to always like how do you say, like redo ourselves,
Mhm.
or try to we're we're always searching for the new thing for us. And I think the if you listen to all the albums ever since the first album Unbreakable in 2013, you can really hear the progression
Yeah.
of the sound, because that's a thing that we're constantly thinking about, that we need to evolve all the time. And I think like the thing that evolves us is the the new concepts that we're trying to find and do for the Arcadia story and everything. So it's always a progression. Some I don't think we really, it's like built into Smashing in Pieces, you know. We're not really like, oh, we need to sound like this or that, or we're just as a group we're always like finding new ways and inspirations, and yeah, it's in our DNA, I guess, that we want to evolve. So we haven't really been sitting down and like we need to sound like this, and it's a thing that happens naturally.
Yeah.
So and but there's definitely a difference between Ghost Code and this album that's going to be out now. So and I can already hear it, you know.
Nice. So,
So it's not really a forced thing.
yeah. So,
Sometimes it sometimes with our sound. I mean, if you listen to the first two albums and then you hear the third album, which is Rise and Shine, we found a new producer, and you can really hear that something has happened to the sound. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's also a thing that it depends on which people you're working with, and for example, now we've gone back to Dino Bedan a little bit more, that we have done the past albums with, and also Per is mixing now in Smashing the Pieces, so he has really brought his side to it as well. So that's our like main two producers, and also a guy called Julian. Um, it's a German guy. So there's, and also like Philip from Normandy. He's the singer of Normandy. He is also one of the producers for a lot of the songs nowadays. So we have a different couple of producers which are bringing their minds to the sound. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Makes
so
sense.
it's always a progression there.
Yeah.
It was a long answer, but I tried
That's
to.
exactly what I was after. So
Yeah.
a little bit further to that, though, like you spoke about Ghost Code, and that was a massive global success for you guys. Like, was it tempting just to rehash that winning formula once you found it, or was it still important to go musically on the next one?
That was a really good question, man.
Thank you.
I mean, Smashing to Pieces has. Okay, so I'm going to give you a little bit longer answer to your
Please
question.
do.
To your question,
Please do.
if that's okay.
I'd love to.
We as a band, we started with nothing, and we have had all the members of this band has had this mindset that we're gonna do this, you know. So we did this thing, and we were also signed during the like first 12 or 13 years with different labels,
Mhm.
and we kind of signed away our fortune, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
like usually like the same old story that every band does in the beginning of their career. So we started with that, and we were like, man, we don't earn anything, you know. This is catastrophe, you know. And then all of a sudden we came out of the last record deal that we had, and we started to earn like 90% of our own music. That was like a deal breaker, and that was the first year in the pandemic.
Okay.
And then we could afford, all of a sudden we could afford things that we couldn't afford before. For example, we could employ ourselves,
Yeah.
uh, us five in the company, and then we could bring in personnel also. We can pay for their, you know, um, paychecks and everything. So, and then like things started to happen, and we kind of went into this like sonic mode where we were like, okay, we can actually do this. You know, we don't need to have a side hustle and things like that. So, and then all of a sudden, we could choose our own people for our music. And Per, which is the guitarist of Smashing the Pieces, he started to mix in the beginning of 2022, I guess it was. So we're doing like almost everything in house. And then we try to add people that we want to bring to the table. And I think at the time now, ever since, as I said, Rise and Shine, which was in 2016, Dino and Per and Philip and Julian has been like the right four people for us. And now it's more like we try to bring for this album more of an unity in the sound,
Yeah.
because Smashing to Pieces is usually a band that is kind of all over the place, because we don't, when we do songs, we don't force songs. We don't put guitars on songs that don't need guitars.
Yeah.
And for example, a song called I don't know how much of the music. I don't know how much you know about the music itself, but sometimes it's just like ballads with no guitars at all, like synthesizers, and sometimes it's super heavy with screams, and so it's all over the place, you know. So now it's like we're trying to find more of a arrow, so to speak, that try to unify the sound a bit more. It sounds really weird, but it's a creative
Makes
thing.
sense. That makes sense.
Um, yeah, I think actually I need to think about that question a little bit more.
Okay.
It was like I was speaking to myself there.
That's all right, mate. That was
Try
awesome.
to yeah.
Did you want me to run you through another couple of questions while you think about it, and we can come back to that one?
Yeah, of course, of course.
All right.
That
So
sounds good.
we've got, this will be a bit of a lighter side for you, mates. This will make it easier. Like, we've got a segment called Photo Bomb that I do. So basically, before we've spoken, I've gone through your social media and I've come up with a few photos that I want to know a little bit more about. So
Mm-hmm.
first one I've come up with is this one here. This photo was either taken at the perfect moment or old mate copped himself a kick to the face. Which one was it?
Well, that's Per's favorite. It's his signature move.
It looks
It's
like he's about to go right in the jaw.
yeah, but it's funny because he has always done that ever since he started playing with us in 2009, and yeah, that's his like signature move, really. And it's been a couple of times where he has almost kicked me in face. So I have to be honest with that. So
It looks like
yeah, but
it,
that's a really cool
it,
move, and he jumps so high, man. It's like a basketball player.
just off a standing
So
start. Doesn't jump off a chair or a table or anything.
no. It's he always like it seems like that he's over the years has come up even higher every time. Like every year he comes up even higher. So
That's
it's like
fantastic.
yeah,
All right.
you
And the other
really
one
need to watch him. You really need to watch him.
I will
Yeah,
when you come to Brisbane, brother. Now,
yeah.
the other one I've got, I don't normally.
Bruce
Sorry,
Bruce Bergquist.
who's that?
That's Per's last name.
Already.
Bergquist. Bruce Bergquist.
Berkowitz. That's a serial killer, isn't it?
That's what?
A serial killer, Berkowitz. Was he
Maybe. I
Sam?
don't know. Maybe. You tell me.
All right. So the other one I've got, I don't normally do light-hearted ones, mate, but this one here took me for some reason. That's
Yeah.
that's beautiful. What's going on there?
Yeah, we're I think it's still an ongoing project, but last year we kind of um we had a collaboration with uh, Barn Cancerfonden. It's like a cancer for kids thing. And we started going around Sweden to meet all the sick kids on the clinics
Mhm.
all over Sweden. And I think that this particular photo was in Linköping or something like that. It's so yeah, it was a really tough thing because we on the top of our game when we were with Heroes Are Calling in Melody Festival last year. We started going to the kids and we played Heroes Are Calling and 6 Feet Under for them.
Beautiful.
And just see them, shine when we were entering the room and, you know, during, because this is like hell on earth. At the same time, it's also heaven on earth because the people that work there are so amazing and they try to take the situation and try to turn it around and like be there for the kids, and it's a really beautiful thing to watch, but it's still hell on earth.
I
So it
know.
was really a genuine collaboration. I think that's one of the more um, genuine things I've done in my life, to go and see the kids that are really bad, and some of them have actually passed away now, which we gained some personal contact with them and their families, and it's still a hard thing, especially when you have kids yourself, to see like, because they're so innocent. Kids are
Mm,
so innocent, and they are like the last people on this planet that you want to bring this kind of a disease to. It's
sad.
yeah, it's yeah, I
Yeah.
it's a tough thing to go there and see them. It's really tough.
It would be, but I bet
But,
you it means the world to them, bro. It means the world to
yeah,
them.
but I'm really happy to have been to have had this experience because, as I said, like I'm taking with me the smiles and the laughters and that we had with in the how do you say, like when we were interacting with these kids.
Yeah,
So
good on you, bro. That's really good. Good on you. About
I think this was also during Christmas time somewhere.
yeah, it looks like a tree there
As
in
you
the
can see,
background,
it's Christmas time during the Christmas holidays.
which would have made it a bit sadder too. No, so well, we're running out of time. So did you finish thinking about the answer to that last question, or did you want to leave it where it was?
Yeah, can you ask me that question again?
So the question was,
I'm
was
sorry,
it,
it's really early here in Sweden.
it's all right, mate. We won't tell people what
Yeah.
time it is because it's illegal, remember?
So give me the question again.
So was it tempting to rehash the winning formula that made Ghost Code so successful?
So your question is basically, are we doing the same
And
kind of
you've
thing with?
already established that you haven't. But was it important? Was it tempting for you to do that because that album was successful on a global stage? So was it tempting just to recycle that for the next one because you knew it worked? Or was it more important to move on musically and keep developing yourself?
I think it's always important to move forward and try not to stuck in how do you say? I don't think either you do like the total opposite as well. I think we have to find some kind of a balance on where you're going forward.
Yeah.
But you definitely need to like change, you know.
Yeah.
And in our world it comes from maybe working with new producers or try to bring in some fresh blood into the project that sees things differently and because usually when you're a band or something like that you get a little bit stuck in the same patterns. But I think in general Smashing the Pieces is really good to find new ways to do it because we're always going in this arcade direction and following the story, and usually there's a lot of inspiration comes from that. So
And I
that
thought,
was a shorter answer to your question,
that's for
and,
sure.
and
I'm
I
going to keep
think
both of them in. I'm going to keep them both
and
because
I
that's
think
really good.
yeah, but I think also the first time you asked me this question, I didn't really hear what the kind of a question were, so I was a little confused there. But
That's okay. They
yeah,
were both really good answers, bro. So well done. But thanks for your time, mate. I think I've taken up enough of your time. But the tour starts August 22nd in Melbourne, goes to Sydney on the 23rd, finishes in Brisbane the 24th, mate. I'll be in Brisbane front and center. So keep an eye out for me.
it's unreal, man, to go there finally. So I'm looking forward to it.